And we are back with another episode of Beyond the Crypto. Got my rock star going because that's how we do it around here. We got Neo, Mr. Anderson, over here. Hope you guys are doing good. And before we start the show, as always, make sure you guys do check the description below. We got that VPN. Protect yourself before you wreck yourself. And like I always say, you don't want to have babies all over the place, allegedly. And yeah, just get that VPN. Just do it. Do it.
And you can't forget BuzzTVGlobal.com. They are having a back to school sale right now that's on until September the 6th, I believe. So if you want to check out their website, BuzzTVGlobal.com, some devices are up to 20% off, and there is some bonuses depending on what you put in your cart. So make sure you go over to BuzzTVGlobal.com and you check them out.
And today's topic, well, we have a couple of them, as always. The first one I want to open up is I know it's going to be on the title, talking about Ethereum.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be big.
Ethereum. It's going to happen in a couple weeks, merge to 2.0. Do you buy now or do you wait? So, first, let's get this out of the way. Ethereum has been doing some major upgrades. And as we know, there's been other platforms that have been doing things better, as Next Level says it, than Ethereum. Solana, Cardano, etc. I can't name a third, but yeah, I'm excited to see what they're doing because they're going from what is it, proof of work to proof of stake.
That's right. That's right.
I'm not talking about the steak that you eat.
No, I'm not impressed. Not impressed.
So, yeah, they're changing a lot of stuff, and I know a lot of people are not happy because people are buying mining cards and they're setting up rigs and they're just doing all kinds of shit. And now it's like, hey, what do I do now with all these graphics cards that I bought? I was making a killing on Ethereum, and now I don't know what to do. So, a couple of things are happening. And wanted to ask the Next Level this, if it's a good idea to buy now. So as of today, the price on this thing for Ethereum, as you guys know, this can change within 30 minutes, within a minute, within 30 seconds.
Within a heartbeat.
Literally. Right now, Ethereum is about $1,600. And as we know, that can change at any given time. Is it a good time to buy right now?
So my blanket statement right now is that it's going to be yes, no matter what coin you ask me. Because my thing is, if you're buying crypto right now, you should be holding until the end of 2024. And no matter what you buy, as long as you do your own research, the general statement is things go up. Later go up, later go down. So I think that Ethereum is going to do a lot of interesting things. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens when the merge takes place. There is a website called whenmerge.com, WEN merge.com, and it does a countdown on when the actual merge is going to happen, because it does depend on when it hits a certain block. That's when it triggers the merge time, right? And the speed of which we hit that block depends on how many miners are mining at that time. So it can be, it can be a day or two off depending on when people are guesstimating it's going to be. But there's a lot of people upset that it's going to proof of stake. There's the developers that are saying that it's been happening for years. So there's a lot of people that are still skeptical. So who knows what's going to happen? The real power behind Ethereum is all of the projects and the developers they have on it. Because out of all the coins out there, they have the most amount of developers on their network, right? So That's the real power. A lot of people say they should have just kept it the way it is and just let people to continue to develop layer 2 solutions on top of it. So who knows? I don't. I honestly, I'm not too excited about Ethereum 2.0. It doesn't fix the biggest problem with Ethereum. Do you know what the biggest problem with Ethereum is?
What is the biggest problem?
It's their gas fees.
Doesn't it?
It
I
doesn't
thought
fix. No,
I thought the last thing I read was it's supposed to drastically drop.
I don't know.
I
As
heard
far as I
opposite of
know,
that.
it doesn't.
I heard opposite, like way opposite of that one.
I don't know. As far as I know, it doesn't fix their gas fees.
Well, I guess we won't really actually know until it's integrated and we're fully on 2.0. Um,
But
I
to
know
answer
the
your other question, though, you're saying miners are going to get upset and like what are they going to do when this happens? Like there are thousands of coins that miners can mine, but the problem is that Ethereum is the most profitable.
Mhm.
However, once Ethereum goes away, there's going to be a mad dash to fighting to see which coin is going to be the next most profitable coin, and these coins are going to go up in profit as soon as Ethereum goes to proof of stake. You're going to have a lot more people that are going to be investing in other coins besides Ethereum because of the proof of work mechanisms that they have and the infrastructures that are going to be diving into them and leaving Ethereum. So we've already seen some coins that have been challenging. One coin that I've been telling people to look into is Flux. I do think that Flux is going to be one of the most profitable coins to mine after Ethereum. Flux is also on exchanges like crypto.com. So I'm a believer in what Flux is doing, but there's a lot of coins out there that haven't. How do I say this? So when Ethereum goes to proof of stake, I do believe that the good thing that's going to come out of it is a lot of other coins that deserve the limelight are going to get it because more people are going to be doing their research. Okay, so if I can't do this with Ethereum, what do I do it with? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And because of that, there's going to be more money going to other projects. And we want competition when it comes to crypto, we want diversification. So it's going to be good to see what comes out of the woodwork and what coins that are around that we don't know about or that aren't around that are going to come out. There are rumors that there's going to be a ETH POW coin or something like that, where or ETH W, where it's going to be a fork of Ethereum and they can still mine it, but some people are saying it's a scam. Like we don't know until this actually happens, right? The end of
Yeah.
the day, Ethereum could have been a scam this whole time, and Vitalik could just run away with his $1 billion.
See, I think when Ethereum goes to proof of stake and people are no longer able to mine, and everyone's going to start searching for other coins to mine, they're going to be more focused on something else. I think it's going to drop the value pretty drastic on all those other altcoins. Um, because they're just going to be adding a hell of a lot more to circulation. And sure, people might be talking about it. People might be like, "Oh, look, I found this new coin that you could mine." But a lot of people are going to be talking about it, and a lot of people are going to be switching over to like what is the best next paying one, or and I think what's going to happen is that circulation is gonna inflate like crazy. And the more people that are on there and the more people that are trying to jump onto whatever that is just going to make it worse, I think. um and I think it's going to become very unstable for a while. So this integration that's about to happen is supposed to happen in the middle of September. I think it was like 15th or 17th, something like that. And I don't think this is like the full migration. I think this is only like the first part of it.
Yeah, I believe that's the first part.
Yeah, it's the first part. And I from what I remembered like reading and hearing is once the first part's done, they're supposed to test it out and see how everything is running. And as long as everything is going better, um, the rest of the phases should fall in place pretty quickly. And it should be done by early next year, like all the phases and everything. So I don't know. I think
So I agree and I disagree with some of the things that you say. Not saying that you're wrong, but like my opinion is yes, there's going to be stability issues with, you know, which coins you go to, and yeah, there's going to be changes in circulation, but a lot of these other coins are not on exchanges yet. So the difference is once they get onto exchanges and people are actually able to buy them easier, we can only wait and see which way it goes. Do people actually purchase them, or do people just mine them? Because people aren't going to mine them if they're not profitable. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They're not going to want to. There's a website called What to Mine, and that tells you what's the most profitable coins at any given time of the day. What's available out there, right? So I think the this is going to lead to more of an adoption of more coins coming into exchanges, and that's what we need. We need more access to buying more coins because there's coins out there that you and I have wanted to buy, and it's like, how do we buy them? We got to go to Trade Ogre, or we got to go here and we go there, and it's like you can't even buy it with your fiat currency. You got to transfer Bitcoin or Ethereum there, and then you got to purchase these little tiny coins.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think that yeah, it's going to be interesting, and hopefully it pushes for more adoption and more acceptance for these exchanges to allow more coins onto their actual platforms.
Yeah. And I think they need to come up with, I think every single coin needs to have some kind of burn mechanism, or they need to limit the way things mine, like make it harder. It's like when you're mining it, you can't just get a coin. It's kind of like, like Ethereum. Like it takes, like you're only mining like bits and pieces of an Ethereum, and it takes a really long time before you can get a full coin.
Well,
Because
they all kind of
look at SHIB right now. SHIB, and you know me, I like my penny slot machines over here. SHIB, the price right now is 0.00001. That's 4 zeros after the decimal and a 1. And the circulation in that is astronomical. 549 trillion. And the problem is that a lot of people want to mine the shit out of things, and this is what happens. Like we're left with that. And if there's no way of burning stuff, the value of that stuff never goes anywhere. I remember we had a conversation about this with Dimmy. If you're out there, Dimmy, listening to us, what's up, dude? Hope you're doing good. Um, Dimitrology, I'll say it before Next Level butchers it. um, Dimmy was saying like some of these values will never go up because of, like, just look at the circulation. Like there's way too much. The price is way too low, and for that price to even, it's 4 zeros after the decimal. For 8 digits after the decimal to even move one number, you have to drop a lot of that circulation supply. And if it's in the trillions, it's a lot of coin for not even a 16th of a fraction to do anything. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at on that stuff. You see Doge, like Doge ain't, well, of course, right now the whole market's at shit right now. It's still trying to catch up, but Doge at one point hit 70 cents. At one point hit 70 cents, and everybody was like, dude, that shit's never gonna go above 50 cents. And it went way past 50 cents. And now it's worth 6 cents. Is it a buy? Right now, Doge is a freaking steal, I think. I honestly think if crypto starts moving again, and of course we always talk about the big dogs, Bitcoin, Ethereum, if the top dogs start doing something, if they start moving their weight around, Solana, that's another one, Cardano, if they start moving their weight, I guarantee you, Elon Musk, um, who's the other fool? Mark Cuban.
He says that Dogecoin is better than, what was it, Cardano the other day, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, yeah. And see, that's what I'm saying. If some of these guys start tweeting about it and they start manipulating that market, like Doge could come right back up to 60 cents, 70 cents, a dollar. I think it's very possible. The thing with the circulating supply right now, I think Doge, where is it at? 1,000,000,000,000,000, 132 billion coins circulating. Something needs to happen with that burn mechanism, you know?
So for the most part, a lot of the coins that we're mining, they're not sub like crazy levels like Shiba, right? They're not ultra low prices like that, and then the circulation for Shiba had nothing to do with mining. With mining, the difficulty is changed every time there's more machines added to the network that are mining, so it gets more difficult to mine, and that's kind of where miners are going to be jumping back and forth when the merge actually goes through, right? Because if everyone jumps to one coin, then it makes that coin super difficult to mine, and you're not making any money. So there's going to be a lot of people spreading across a lot of different coins trying to find that happy medium. um, the same thing with Bitcoin. Every 2 weeks, Bitcoin adjusts its difficulty, right? So it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot more coins with a burning mechanism. That's what you want to see. I know Ethereum
Mhm.
does have one now, and I think that when the merge goes through, it's going to burn more, um, which might be good if it comes down in price, right? Because when it goes down in price, some people think, oh, it's easier for me to buy a whole coin, so I'm going to.
Mhm. Yeah.
So who knows? I think a lot of people don't know that you can put $5 into any coin if you want. Doesn't matter if the coin is $5. Doesn't matter if it's 50, 100,000 million dollars. You can put $5. You could just
50,
hold it.
100,000,000,000. Wow.
It was a technical term.
It's a nice made up number there. Um, and just to close off with Ethereum, anybody's on that's on Coinbase, and I'm pretty sure every single platform out there is going to do this. I don't think it's just Coinbase. Coinbase is the first ones that made the announcement. I'm sure everybody else is going to follow, but Coinbase is going to suspend all Ethereum transactions during the merge upgrade. No coming in, no coming out. Can't do crap.
No, just a fair warning for any of you who are getting sucked into. Now, I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't say sucked into. For any of you who are or thinking about investing in the Ethereum staking, right? You have to keep in mind that if the merge does not happen next month, you do not have access to your coins until the merge actually happens. And there's been people staking for over a year who don't have access to their money at all,
Me.
right? So just keep that in mind. There's also other platforms. I'm an avid user of crypto.com right now, and they have an Ethereum, what do you call it, like a supercharger inside their thing, where you can stake your CRO coins and get paid 20% in Ethereum. But as far as I know, it's not valid for Americans.
Damn it. Damn America. That means you're out too.
I'm no, I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now.
I'm doing it right now. Yeah. So according to this, September 15th is the date. Um. Okay. Next thing I wanted to bring up, we talked about this before, and I know I've covered this on my crypto trends channel about Terra Classic or Terra. What was it called before?
And it was just called Terra.
It was called Terra, right?
Yeah, and then there was the TSUD or something, or the USDT. USDT. That was their
Yeah,
stable coin, right?
yeah. So wanted to share this. Anybody out there listening to us, we'll try to describe what we're seeing. But this is off of coinmarketcap.com. And it says the original Terra chain will be branded as Terra Classic. Click here for Terra V2 CMC page. And then it says proceed with caution due to the deep pegging of UST and Luna is experiencing extreme volatility. So it's still moving around surprisingly. Like this thing is actually still doing stuff. Now, when I click on to look at the version 2, look at this. This is weird. Terra Classic, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros after the decimal and the number 9. When I go to their version 2, here's Terra. This is what it's called now, apparently. Yeah. Why you look so confused?
Not confused. You can't even see how I look.
Oh, I can see.
No, you can't.
It's worth $1.
This is a new coin, right? They're new coin with less circulation, right?
This is the this is okay. So what was it called again? Luna.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was called Luna originally, and then they called it Terra Classic, and now they're just calling it Terra with the tag Luna. Like they've rebranded it again, and it's worth $1.75. And this one's doing a lot of movement. It's doing a hell of a lot of movement.
It is doing a lot of movement.
Look at this.
Which, well, it
It's
did a big
up,
drop.
a huge drop. I and it's funny because I did a video and I had a couple lunatics. Love that. Had a couple of people who follow Luna Terra, and they were just saying like I'm stupid, I'm an idiot, I haven't done my research. Why would I even say something like that? I literally said, be careful when you invest in this one because it looks very suspicious to me. This one was called A, and we know there's a rug pull, so then A became A1 or A2, I guess you want to call it. And then the people took over, I guess. And then instead of calling it A3, they said, hey, let's just call it B. Let's rechange the name again and call it B. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm just like, why does this thing look so like, and again, we always tell people to do their research, be careful. You never know what's going to happen. It could be amazing, it could be great, but you never know what's going to happen. Dude, this looks very suspicious to me. When it came out, people were talking about it and they did the whole transition. It had this huge bump. And then it's slowly been coming down again.
So it says Terra will continue without its algorithmic stablecoin UST and aims to preserve the Terra ecosystem with hundreds of developers working on different decentralized applications. The Luna token will be airdropped across the Luna Classic stakers, holders, and residual UST holders, and essential Terra Classic app developers. Terra removed the wallet of Terra Foundation Labs for the airdrop event, making Terra a fully community-owned chain. Huh. So I don't know too much about it, to be honest with you. I do a lot of research about coins that I can mine because that's what I'm interested in. I saw the whole Terra thing go down. I seen all the lunatics go lunatic-ing, and I don't know enough to say anything about it. I don't know if it was taken over by something that was credible. I don't know if the UST side of it crumbled, and it all got put together with this now. So it's above $1 because all the funding from UST is now in here, and the people who were holding it, UST, got crushed and they got airdropped with this, and to kind of compensate. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I just think that people need to do their own research before they invest into anything. If you don't understand what you're investing in, don't put your money in there.
Yeah, just a little bit of research that I've done on this thing. Personally, I don't like what is going on. When I see people like, some people say like, oh yeah, the people took over and this took over. And like you just read, like there's hundreds of developers. It's like, who are these developers? What are they doing? Anybody can create a white paper. Anybody. And if you guys don't know what a white paper is, it's pretty much a roadmap. Like imagine saying like, this is how I'm gonna build this house. First, I'm gonna go buy lumber. Then I'm gonna bring it back to the house and prep it. Afterwards, I'm gonna put 4 walls up. It's pretty much what a white paper is. Anybody could do it. They could buy a website, they can make it look nice and pretty. It's been done before where people hype this thing up so much and then it just, and this one, and again, I hope I'm wrong because I know a lot of people did jump on this thing because they're just like, oh, we're moving over somewhere else. A lot of people who lost their money, and again, this isn't the first time this has happened. This has happened multiple times, and people still don't learn, or they're not careful.
Yo,
Dude, what they do is they lose a shit ton of money. What?
It looks like another rug pull.
That's what I'm saying. You're looking at this now, right?
It started. Okay, so you ever heard of buy the rumor, sell the news? So this launched the beginning of this year, like January, February, March, April, like May, right? And it was all the way up to 1141. It's gone down like 1,000%.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might be jumping up and down here, but the people who wanted to make their money off of it already made their money and they left.
Yep. It's exactly where I was getting.
I'm not trying to like talk shit or whatever, but so that's one scenario. That's a likely scenario.
If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Is this isn't the first time that something like this has happened where people lose a lot of money. They try to continue the project as a 2.0 or rename it somewhat similar or whatever. Yeah, and then what they do is they get a lot of hype on it. They get a lot of people that sign up on it. And those people that said, hey, let's try to do this thing, like you just said, they get their money and then they leave. And then the people that are left over are the ones thinking like, oh, yeah, the people took over. Oh, yeah, it looks like they're still doing something with it. Just somebody else took over. It's just like, dude, we've seen it. What was it? Mononoke, Suzuki. We've seen it. We've seen a lot of freaking cryptos come and go. And some are still here. And people are still hopeful about it. They're like, no, I might get my money back. Just wait. Naturally, if this went down because it was a rug pull, naturally, when Bitcoin goes right back up to $60,000 or $80,000, the whole market goes up. So naturally, the money that I lost, it's going to go right back to where it was. Then I'll pull out because I broke even. That's people's mentality. That's people's mentality.
Yo, it's your money. You do with it what you want.
And I'm not trying to talk shit to you people, but hey, if you want to hang on to dear life and you're like, well, you know what? This thing's only worth $1 and I put $1,000. I have nothing else to lose at this point. Then hang on to it and you never know. You never know if naturally it's going to boost back up. If it does, great. I'm glad. Pull your money out when you recover it, or when you recover. I don't know if there's a boost somewhere and I recovered half of it, I'll pull that out. I'm like, cool, I got something back. But if you're like, no, I'm gonna hang on to where I left off of, hopefully that happens. But honestly, here's a oh man, I know we're not financial experts, but here's some advice that I've learned along the way that I've done. When I've ever gambled and whenever I've lost money, I put that on my taxes. I took $10,000 to Vegas and I lost $10,000 and I'll put that on my freaking taxes. Talk to your tax guy. Next level's like, wait, what?
They won't let me cross the border.
So I'll, you know what? Maybe I'll change the title to that about Terra Luna because people need to hear this. And oh man, okay. I got one more. We talked about Safe Moon, and I remember when I was talking to you and Dimmy about it. You guys were saying like this is a shit coin, and Safe Moon became a 2.0. I transferred my version 1 into version 2 and I lost a good amount for whatever reasons. And I hit Safe Moon up and they never respond. And people are like, oh, they'll respond. It's, no, they don't. So Safe Moon's on the news again and they are launching a debit card.
I'm not a meme coiner. I'm not a meme coiner.
Look at this. That looks legit though. That looks pretty good.
Your moon in your pocket. Oh my god. This actually Safe Moon doing it?
Yes. Like when they moved on to version 2, you know what? I don't even know why they didn't just continue version 1. I didn't do too much research on it. I just knew like everyone's saying like, dude, go to 2. I'm just like, whatever, this thing ain't worth shit no more, so let me just move it. I just kind of didn't care anymore, but dude, they're going full on ham. Like, dude, they have like all these things on what's coming with it. And they're constantly posting and they're very active on what's happening here. Dude. Go on. What do you think?
I'm like, I guess whatever you want to do. Um, the whole point behind any coin or any token is to give it reasons to use it. So I uh, am a big believer in Crow, which is Chronos and Crypto.com. And Crypto.com has a Visa debit card as well too. It's the metal one, and you can get different bonuses when you do different things with the CRO token, right? And that's another reason that I believe in the CRO token, because it's building a whole ecosystem around that coin. So maybe somebody at Shib was like, hey, they're doing really well with it. Let's do the same shit. Right. And if it works for them, then that's cool because they're building a whole ecosystem around their coin. And there's a point to actually using their coin at that point. Right.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, there's no point for me to use it. It's all speculation on if the moon rocketeers will go moon rocketing again. Like, that's the only speculation. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
good
I'm a
for them.
little.
Good for them that to believe in their moon rockets.
I hope it does come. Like, okay, I'm one of those people that it's just like, hey, naturally, when Bitcoin goes up to $60,000 again, naturally, Safe Moon's gonna go back to my $1,000 again. So naturally, I'll just pull
Well,
even.
you know what they say? They say when it moves, I move, or when I move, you move,
When
or
I move, you move,
yeah,
just like
when
that.
Bitcoin moves, Safe Moon moves,
Yep,
moons. Yeah, we
moons.
should do a remix. When Bitcoin moons, I move, just like that.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yep. You know, you want to just keep talking about what do you call them? The meme coiners or whatever.
Yeah, what you got?
So this isn't a crypto. This is not a crypto.
This is not a drill.
This is uh this is not a crypto. But AMC did something recently that I'm a little confused about. So AMC launched a new stock called, where is it here? Where is it here? It's called the AMC preferred preferred equity, right? Which is short form for, I don't know if you can read that.
Ape. We
So
call it an
then
ape.
now there's an ape stock which is related to AMC for all the people that want to ape in, and you know, people who bought all those board ape club things can now buy an ape stock which is related to AMC. What the hell? So this is another way, and this is another warning. I don't know the future. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is a way for AMC to raise money really quickly, really quickly. We put out a new thing, everyone buys into it. We made a ton of money, and now we can keep our doors open for a little bit longer. They're also talking about the shares are intended as dividends, and they're going to be airdrop for some people that have some of their other stuff, right? I don't know what to say about it because right now, I don't know if you saw in the States, Regal is filing for bankruptcy. Regal
Yes.
Cinemas, right? So they're
Huge.
what, the second largest cinema in the world or in the States or something like that, right?
Hmm.
Is AMC bigger than Regal? I think they are.
I don't know.
Don't know. Well, AMC's up there. So AMC has been struggling for, I don't know, 2 years. Their representatives can't even do live streams wearing pants, and now they're just trying to stay afloat any way they can. I mean, they started by accepting Dogecoin and like all that stuff, and now that they're starting with like dividend shares, and I don't know. I'm kind of just, if you're invested in AMC, I worry for you if you put all of your money into it. You should never moon rocket something. Like, this is a very sketchy thing to me. And just, it makes it even more sketchy to me because they named it Ape. Because of all the hype around the board Ape Club and all that stuff, the NFTs. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm not investing in it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but you know, you should really do your research and don't put, you know, all of your money in one place because this doesn't sound. It doesn't sound like a good investment to me.
Yeah.
um, yeah.
That is kind of crazy. Is that all
Speaking
you
about
got?
crazy, no, speaking about crazy, I got something that's coming in like a wrecking ball. If you want to hear about that one,
Oh shit! Here we go.
so we got Miley Cyrus, who's registering trademarks in the metaverse. Um, yeah. So you can have the best of both worlds. This could align perfectly with singer and actress Miley Cyrus, who of course made a song of the same name famous thanks to her stardom. The Walt Disney Company owned the Disney Channel. What happened? Where's the information? This is a really terrible article. Hold on. Let's just do this. Search. All right. So it says here in this article, Miley Cyrus has filed trademarks for Miley and Miley Cyrus, claiming plans for clothing, energy drinks, entertainment services, virtual currency management software, virtual clothing, footwear, sports gear, and more. So if you want to buy your Miley gear in the metaverse, it's been registered and you got to pay your dues to Miley in the metaverse.
Wow.
You're gonna have to, right? So here we go. Here comes the new phase of people buying stuff in the metaverse, and the prices are gonna go up because they are registered as copyrighted trademarks to famous people, big people, right? So if you want to buy your Air Jordans, they might be $100 in person, but maybe they're going to be 500 in the metaverse.
Jordan. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it's interesting. They got to stay ahead of the curve, right? Like this is coming one way or another. So I guess it sounds funny right now, but in a year, everyone's going to be registering trademarks for everything, right? That's what essentially an NFT is. No,
Mm-hmm.
you own the rights of something on the blockchain, and when someone else buys it from you, you transfer those rights. So yeah, I mean it's coming, and Miley's prepared for it. Miley is prepared for it.
Well, at least she doesn't look like a psycho in that picture.
Wow, wow. I have two more things. One's really quick. That's the one after this one that I thought we can close out with. But we've talked about Tornado Cash in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what it does is it's an open source software where people can put money into it, crypto, and then it spins it around and then distributes it back out. So it kind of hides or obfuscates, I can't even say the word properly, where the money came from, right? And then it pays out into a bunch of different places, right? It's an open source software. It wasn't written to be used for illegal services. However, a lot of illegal services have been using it after they hack somewhere. They use it to launder the crypto, right?
Mm-hmm.
So recently, really recently, there was one of the developers of Tornado Cash that got arrested. And everyone's like, how are you arresting the developer? It's an open source software. Like, it wasn't intended to be used for this or whatever. So it says the U.S. Department of the Treasury Office of Foreign Asset Controls, or OFAC, fact myself, issued the first ever smart contract sanctions, and its decision to sanction a non person may be challenged in court. The U.S. government has made it clear that it will hold accountable all those responsible for unlawful activity, with no exceptions allowed for decentralized protocols. Governments worldwide appear ready to hold developers and founders of privacy protocols, not just the protocol itself, responsible for illicit network activity, even if it's decentralized, just as the purported developer of the decentralized protocol was arrested in the Netherlands. That one's a little crazy. So like no matter what you make, if something is used for an illegal activity, you can get striked for it. That one's a little crazy to me because I don't know. If you look at something as basic as a knife, I made a knife and someone stabbed somebody with it, I'm gonna get, you know what I mean? Like who knows all the different things that are gonna be created with, cryptocurrency and virtual stuff
Mm-hmm.
that other people are gonna use for illicit means. So this one I'm a little skeptical about. The peer elected signatories, the protocol community fund disbanded, and thereafter the protocol decentralized autonomous organization, or the DAO, reportedly shut down, which raises various potential questions about the DAOs that are structured in a similar manner. So yeah, um, it's just crazy that the guy got arrested. There was more news about why he got arrested, because I heard that he was arrested for different things too. But I just think that it's going to be really treading lightly in regards to going into the future. We need regulation in order to get a lot more funding in the cryptocurrency market, right? We at one point in the all-time highs had $2 trillion in the markets, and now we're back down to about a trillion. But I'm a strong believer that there's 100x more money sitting out in the wild, waiting to come into the markets down the road once we get regulation. There's going to
Mm-hmm.
be a lot more companies and organizations that are going to be using it on their balance sheets, but they can't and they won't unless we get some regulation. So that's that's the double edged sword, because do we regulate it? How do we regulate it? And when in the process, we're going to shoot ourselves in the foot a lot of times before we get to that equilibrium.
Yeah.
So the last thing I have is an article that was published in November 26th of 2021. I thought it was funny, so I wanted to end it with it. But it's an article from NASDAQ. And the title of the article is Six Weird Cryptos to Watch in 2022. So I don't know if I've even seen these coins yet, but Tiger King coin is a coin. Are you invested in the Tiger King coin?
No.
How about the Trump coin?
What the hell?
Did you invest into Petro? That's
No.
a coin.
Oh shit.
Putin coin is a coin. If you want to grab some Putin coin,
Wow.
we got Moon coin, Turtle coin, and Unobtainium. Unobtainium. Yeah. So I guess just talking about the Tiger King coin, we've seen this before. Would you remember which coin we seen this with?
The tiger coin?
No, the idea off of a show. Remember the Squid Game coins?
Yeah.
Yeah, same shit, right? Be careful. When a show becomes popular, they're going to use fame to steal your money. And I'm not trying to talk shit about Tiger Coin and whoever's behind Tiger Coin, but a lot of times people will use fame to steal your money. So be careful. Be careful.
Which show? What tiger show is it? Is it
Tiger
called Tiger?
King. It's Tiger King, bro. This the big one.
Never heard of the show.
You never heard of Tiger Coin? I never
Tiger.
watched it.
I never heard of the Tiger King. Tiger
Tiger
King show.
King. I'll show you. Look, yeah, look. Let's go to images. It's this guy.
Yeah, I still don't know who that is.
It was a big show. It was popular. I never watched it. I think he was feeding people to his tiger.
Well,
I think it was a documentary actually.
mm.
So yeah, that's all I really have for today. But you started talking about miners in the beginning. I'm still a miner for life. It'll never change, and I'm not scared.
I ain't scared.
Oh, you know what I
Well,
wanted to bring up actually with you?
hmm,
Um, I'm hearing, and I've been hearing for it feels like a few weeks now, that a lot of people are saying that there's one more big dip coming, right? And I was thinking today, I was like, do you imagine 2 years down the road, somebody saying, hey, I was going to invest in crypto, but I was waiting for that last dip that never came?
yeah,
Like that could be like a real thing that happens.
yeah.
Everybody's saying that there's one more big dip coming, right? But realistically, even if it's a massive dip, what are we going to see? A 25% drop, when in 2 years from now we could be looking at 1,000% gain.
Hmm.
I'm not a financial advisor, but I think if you've been thinking about getting into investments or cryptocurrency or whatever it is, and you're waiting for that one big dip to still come, I think that you should start leveraging into whatever position you're looking at. Because if that big dip doesn't come and it starts to go up, like Bitcoin goes up to $30,000, and you're like, that big dip is still coming. And then it goes to $40,000, and you're like, the big dip is still coming. And then it goes to 50, and you're like, well, I should just buy in now because it doesn't look like that dip is coming. And you just lost out in 100% gains.
Hmm.
And this happens all the time, right? It really does. We see people do this all the, like when Dogecoin ran to 70 cents, when we were telling people to buy, they were like, no. We were telling people to sell, and people were like, buy now? You want us to buy now? It's 60 cents? Yes, buy now.
When moon?
Oh my god. But like, how do you feel about that? I get it. A lot of people are saying that a big dip needs to come so that we get the financial institutions and the companies and regulation to happen, and then all the companies to dive in. But I think that we're like no matter if you buy now or you buy Bitcoin at 15,000 or whatever it is, you're still going to be in a good position. The average company that's mining Bitcoin, their cost to mine a Bitcoin is around $20,000. So if I can buy Bitcoin for the same cost as a billion-dollar company is spending to mine one, why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I'm going to go before it. I'm going to wait until it's below cost. That is never guaranteed to come again. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. It's if everybody could predict like an actual like here comes the dip, here comes the dip, it's everybody would become rich. And I know even you and me have talked about like, oh, we could see this dipping again, but in reality, it doesn't have to. It we could see it and say like, hey, this looks like it's on a way to go dip, but maybe that dip is right now. Maybe that dip is like, hey, we just had this massive dip a month ago, and the dip or the price range that is at, this is the second dip. It's a lot higher than what it was a month ago, but it's gonna go much much higher after that. You never know, and it's just, I think we've both have told people this is like if you're in if you want to get in on something, then get in and just stay with it, stick with it. So for me personally, I still think also that we're gonna have another dip. I don't think it's gonna dip back to where it was.
Like the 17,500 where it dipped like a month or two ago.
Yeah, it's not gonna dip that low. Like Ethereum, I don't think Ethereum's ever gonna hit below $1,000 again. Um, at one point, I thought it was. I was just like, you know what? I could see this going back to where it was. Honestly, I don't know. I think it depends on what's going to happen with Ethereum 2.0 as long as everything is going like somewhat steady. If as long as Bitcoin doesn't crash, which it could, Bitcoin could definitely crash. Um I don't see it ever going that low again. Can it get close? Maybe. It might go down to 1200. It might, but again, these are all predictions. It's like predicting the next earthquake. You never know when that shit's gonna happen. You might be like, ooh, looks like there's something happening. We feel some kind of rumbling, or it's been 10 years, or it's been 20 years, or it's been whatever. It's you can't really predict it. And if you could, then probably save a lot of lives, or a lot of people would get out of the way when it happens. But you know, so yeah, just be careful, do your research, and the biggest thing is it's just like buying a car. As soon as you buy it, it's gone. Value drops. It's usually technically how it kind of happens all the time. Every time you invest on something, it usually drops. It's just like why I put $100 and now it's worth $50? Why did it dip? You know. So just I don't know. Be patient. Do your research. Um, Yeah, and I think that's all I got. I think that's all we got. So unless you got one more, are you done?
Well, I don't want amounts, but what is your biggest bag right now? And what is your what's your plan today? Like how are you investing? Are you investing in crypto today? Do you buy anything on a regular basis? Like what's your
I don't buy on a regular basis. Um, my biggest bag is Ethereum. I'm not going to share what I have, but my biggest
Yeah.
bag is Ethereum. Um, I am for me, I kind of want to get to a certain goal within Ethereum, and I'm kind of waiting to see what it does a little bit. I might not buy any more Ethereum, just depending on what it's doing. Um, if it goes down to where I think it might, then I might buy some more. I don't know. It just kind of depends what the market does. But I'm kind of I guess I keep my eye open on like coinmarketcap.com is a great website to use. Um, they have a lot of analytics. For me, I love looking at analytics. Anytime they have a tab at the very, very top that says recently added and trending. Um, I like to do my research on that to see what just got thrown into the circulation. There's another website that I have here somewhere. I'm not going to search for it, but um, actually, you know what? I have a video coming out soon about how to do research on cryptos that are about to launch. So before people really start talking about it, because I know people are always like, "Oh, how can I get into the next crypto, or what's the next big one, or what's this new project?" Or people always want to see what's coming out before it actually comes out. I know you and me talk was it yeah, you and me were talking about Project Seed.
Yeah.
And I jumped on that, like we were talking about it like a week before it launched. Um so you kind of have to be like just keeping your eyes open, doing your research. There's so much volatility. If you guys don't know what that means, I know it's such a new word that a lot of people are starting to use more often. There's so much uncertainty of, is it gonna explode or is it gonna nosedive? And most of the time, when something brand new comes out, it explodes. When there's airdrops or pre-sales, it explodes. And then once it becomes public, it usually drops. It usually drops drastically. And there's so much, like, you don't know what it's going to do. You don't know if it's going to go back up. You don't know if it's going to come back down. You don't know if it's going to be leveled off. You just don't know. So I I do research. I wouldn't say daily, but almost daily. Um, just looking at articles, looking at what's doing what are they talking about? What are the new updates? Are they adding, implementing anything? I'm still not really fully into NFTs yet, which I want to be. Um, there's just a lot of stuff out there. So for me, again, my biggest bag is Ethereum. I don't buy every day. I'm invested in about a dozen different cryptos. I would say I have a decent bag in all of them.
Mhm.
And right now I'm just kind of just watching the market, just seeing what it's doing. If it moves down, I lean more towards buying. If it comes back up, I'm kind of watching it to see what is it doing, you know?
So for
Yeah.
myself, my biggest bag is actually Kronos with crypto.com. Just because I like their ecosystem and what they're doing. And they give you different bonuses if you stake their CRO coin. So, like right now, I'm staking CRO for 20% in Ethereum, right? So that's something I can decide. Am I going to hold that Ethereum when it pays me in Ethereum, or am I going to convert it to something else? They also offer a bunch of different things. Like I can use CRO to buy gift cards that pay me in like 10% bonuses or stuff like that. So I like what they're doing, and I can see the potential of it doing something when the market really turns around. And because of that, I actually have a daily buy set. But at the same time, I'm somebody that looks at the markets every single day. So, like, let's say a day happens and the markets all of a sudden jump up 100%. I'm going to cancel my daily buy.
Mhm.
Right now, I'm comfortable with a daily buy. It's a small little amount, not a lot, right? But I'm comfortable with it because I like where the market is right now. I like where it's at. Even if Bitcoin goes down, $5,000 or it goes up $5,000, I'm still okay with that daily buy because I think that there's a lot bigger movements coming. And once I see those bigger movements, I'll decide if I'm canceling my daily buy, or if I can't afford it no more. Because that's the thing. That's a very likely thing. I can't afford to do daily buys anymore, right? So while
Mhm.
I can, I'm going to, and hopefully I can do that until we see some nice fluctuations in the market. Besides that, I use Ethereum, but my Ethereum, I'm using it as almost like a business fund where I buy more equipment for my investing into my crypto mining. Right, most of my portfolio is all based around crypto mining. just because I like to mine. So I mine the coins that are profitable to mine. And I have machines that mine specific coins like CKB, or I have some stupid coins that are mining right now, like library. I still have my helium miner that's going, that's making me absolutely nothing, and I should just throw it in the garbage. But it only uses like 5 watts of power, so I don't care at this point. Like, let it just do its thing. There's still a lot of believer in helium. I am also mining Starcoin, and they had this really really cool NFT platform where you could buy NFTs with the Star coins and then put them in a virtual crypto mining thing. And I thought that was really cool. And then they closed it down, and I was like, now what do I do with all this shit? And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, whatever. Hopefully one day it'll do something. But yeah, I'm more interested in the coins that I can mine, and my next movement is going to be buying actual Bitcoin mining machines, because I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere, and I need to have something building my bank, and I don't want to be buying it myself. I like mining, and I'm addicted to crypto mining. That's my addiction.
Yeah. You're like, I'm sticking to it.
I'm sticking to it. Like, there's a lot worse things that you could be addicted to in the world,
This is
and that
true.
may also be, but like, to addition to all those addictions is the mining.
It's
That's it.
true. Like, and that's it. Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Um, yeah, just be smart with your researches and investments and all that good stuff. Always be careful. So always appreciate you guys coming, listening to our BS. We got all kinds of BS all the time. So yeah, next, what you got before we go?
Thank you guys for watching and listening to another episode of Beyond the Streams. Wherever you are watching us or listening to us from, make sure you leave us a comment or a review so other people like yourself can find the content that you enjoy. Make sure to also check us out every Thursday, roughly between 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for our live show. So you can be a part of the community, be a part of the conversation. Make sure to have those notifications turned on so you never miss a thing. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.